The stars looked peaceful from a distance. They always did. From orbit, war never looked like war. There was no screaming, no fire, no chaos, just silent fleets hanging in darkness, like predators waiting for something to breathe wrong. 40 hours after the alien fabricator died, the human fleet still held position around the dead megastructure. No one trusted silence anymore. Captain Milcade stood alone on the observation deck, hands behind his back, posture straight out of training reflex more than strength. His ribs still hurt when he breathed too deeply. The med team said he should be resting. Command said he was technically off active rotation. War didn't care what anyone said. Below him, the alien structure drifted like the corpse of a god. Once, it had built warships faster than humanity could destroy them. An endless factory. An endless war. Now it was dark. The purple energy that once pulsed through its veins was gone. No glow. No movement. No signal traffic. Just dead metal the size of a small moon. Command was celebrating. Not loudly. Not officially. But relief was moving through the fleet like oxygen after suffocation. For the first time in years, supply projections didn't end in red. For the first time, casualty forecasts didn't look like extinction math. But Milcades had fought too long to believe in easy endings. Enemies didn't build weapons like that unless they were ready to use them again. And if the aliens had lost their greatest tool, then somewhere they were already building the next one. Behind him, the deck doors opened with a quiet hiss. "Captain," Lieutenant Sarah said, "long-range probes are back." He didn't turn. What did they find? A pause, which was never good. "Movement," she said finally. "Not fleet scale. Not yet." Milcades closed his eyes once. Of course not yet. Pattern. Shadow tracking. Distance holding. They're watching us. He nodded slowly. Predators studied prey. Prey studied predators.
Right now, nobody knew which one humanity was anymore. "Transmit to command," he said. "Mark as persistent surveillance behavior. Not retreat." "Yes, sir." She didn't leave immediately. He turned slightly. "Something else?" She hesitated. "The research teams, they think they've cracked part of the alien command language." That made him fully turn. "How much is part?" "Enough to know we weren't their primary target." The words sat in the air between them. Cold. Heavy. Milcades felt something deep in his chest tighten. Not fear. Something worse. "Explain," he said quietly. "They classify civilizations by threat potential over time," she said. "Not current strength. Projected future dominance." He already knew where this was going. "And us?" he asked. She swallowed. "High volatility expansion species. Probability of galactic scale influence within 3 centuries. 3 centuries. To a species that built megastructures, that was tomorrow." "So they attacked early," he said. "Yes, sir. Not hatred. Not revenge. Not conquest. Prevention." Milcades looked back at the dead structure. They hadn't been fighting monsters. They'd been fighting something afraid. And afraid enemies were the most dangerous kind. "Anything else?" he asked. "Yes," she said quietly. "There's a symbol that keeps repeating in their transmissions." "What does it mean?" She took a breath. "Containment failure." Silence filled the observation deck. Milcades felt the war shift shape again. Not ending. Never ending. Just changing. "Send everything to fleet intelligence," he said. "Priority 1. "Yes, sir." She left. Milcades stayed. Out in the void, repair drones crawled across damaged hulls. Ships that should have died were still here. Crews that should have been names on memorial walls were still breathing. Humanity was very hard to kill. Maybe that was why the aliens were afraid. Or maybe it was why they weren't done yet. Hours passed. Data poured in. But Milkades knew better now. Peace wasn't something the universe gave you. Peace was something you built. Something you defended. Something you bled for. And humanity. Humanity was very good at surviving long enough to learn how to win. The dead megastructure drifted behind them as the fleet slowly repositioned. The war wasn't over. It had just become bigger. And somewhere out there, something ancient was finally paying attention to humanity. For the first time, Milkades wondered if victory was even the right goal anymore. But survival? Survival was enough. For now. And humanity had never needed anything more than one more tomorrow.